that it
No,
wouldn't be a willow
you're
tree?
saying you heard it here first as if that's some exclusive. I didn't even want to answer that stupid ass question.
Occasionally, celebrities are compelled to address interviewers who overstep their bounds, as exemplified by Rihanna's experience in 2012. During an interview, Rihanna was forced to confront the interviewer who had crossed the line by inquiring about rumors surrounding her alleged relationship with Ashton Kutcher.
And will we be seeing a certain Mr. Ashton Kutcher perhaps making a trip over here?
Wow, how disappointing was that question?
Should we move on to another one?
Absolutely.
I think there was a question. We've got to move on. I think
I'm
there's a question.
happy and I'm
here.
single, if that's what you were really asking.
If you think that's bad, wait until you see how Snoop Dogg reacted to a reporter who wouldn't stop asking ridiculous questions at an Adidas promotional event. Snoop Dogg had arrived late, but that didn't justify the reporter's persistent and annoying questioning. The reporter's refusal to back down only made things worse, ultimately leaving Snoop Dogg feeling totally disrespected.
You're 5 hours late here. And
Man, shut the fuck up. Come on.
From
I
the
don't hear nothing
border.
about I'm 5 hours late. Nigga, I'm here. Nigga, be happy I'm here and ask some real questions.
Now is the partying changing?
I don't party.
You don't?
No.
All right, next one.
Yeah, get this motherfucker.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Things took a dramatic turn in this next interview when actor Michael Jordan unexpectedly came face to face with a reporter who turned out to be a former classmate. But what made the encounter even more awkward was that this reporter had actually bullied Michael Jordan back in days, before he rose to fame. As the tension rose, she quickly jumped into denial mode, trying to dismiss her past behavior.
And you know, we know each other. We go way back all the way to Chad Science in Newark, okay?
Corny kid, right?
No, I did not say that. Misquoted for sure.
In 2009, a false and disturbing rumor began circulating online, claiming that Lady Gaga was a hermaphrodite. Despite the widespread speculation, Gaga chose not to dignify the rumors with a response, opting instead to focus on her music and rising career.
Rumors, for example, about you being a hermaphrodite. How do you feel about that when you read that?
I'm not even going to answer that question. You can ask me about scrutiny. I just would prefer that.
However, during an interview with CNN, Gaga was unexpectedly confronted with the question, and her obvious discomfort and surprise were clear for all to see. However, Lady Gaga took matters into her hands when David Letterman crossed the line by asking her intrusive and inappropriate questions.
Last year, you bought $11,000 in lingerie at one store.
That's very inappropriate of you to ask.
Why are you asking me these?
That'd poison you. That's polypropylene.
I'm just so fed up with all of it.
Once? Hey, how about this one?
During the interview, David Letterman seems to have a tendency to overstep boundaries. It appears that Lady Gaga isn't the only celebrity who has been left feeling embarrassed by him. In a separate interview, Letterman went out of his way to humiliate Paris Hilton on his show. What's even more surprising is that he did this despite previously assuring Hilton that he wouldn't bring up her jail time during the interview.
Friends treated you differently since you've been out of the slammer?
People think that I was really strong, that I went through it, so.
God, it was just ugly, wasn't it? Have you made...
But I've moved on with my life, so I don't really want to talk about it anymore.
I know. This is where you and I are different, because this is...
Ariana Grande, even with her stunning looks and signature ponytail, has equally faced her fair share of unusual and awkward interview questions throughout her career. However, this particular encounter stands out as arguably the most bizarre and cringe-worthy exchange you'll ever come across.
Your feet don't smell, do they? I mean, you dance a lot. Wait a second, it's a question. It's a question. They don't?
No.
She's working, her feet don't stink. Her name is Ariana Grande. We're having a good time.
What about you?
Mine don't. You want to smell my shoe?
No, not at all.
Why not?
In a particularly uncomfortable interview, Billie Eilish found herself on the receiving end of condescending remarks from the interviewers, who saw fit to mock her educational background. Their belittling words fueled Billy's visible frustration and discomfort, clearly indicating that the interviewers had crossed a line.
The things that I need to do in my life don't have to do with science.
You'd be surprised how much biology still comes up in my radio career every day. I'm
Yeah,
like,
but-
what's an element? What, I mean, this comes up all the time.
I don't have a radio career.
At 15, you graduated.
Yes.
You might as well be graduated from college too then while you're at it. I mean, if you're just making stuff up.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. Facts. But I
All
never,
right.
you know what? Whatever.
She went to Seton Hall. She graduated Seton Hall. Congratulations, Billie Eilish.
Billy, do you know anything about anything?
These interviewers have a history of crossing boundaries, not only mocking their guests, but also making them uncomfortable with unwanted flirting. Megan Fox found herself in this exact situation, where the interviewer's persistent and awkward advances made her feel uneasy.
Please, can you give me a kiss? Please.
On the mouth? Are you silly? Do you ever just look at yourself in the mirror and you're like, I really did it today?
Unlike Megan Fox, who set boundaries with an overly flirtatious interviewer, Taylor Swift has shown herself to be very accommodating and open-minded. She seems willing to go along with just about anything, no matter how strange or unusual it may be. In one interview, things took a particularly awkward turn when the interviewer made a bizarre suggestion that Taylor Swift take a shower, saying it in a careless manner.
Swansea, we'll see you very soon. It's nice to see you. I think you need to have a shower now.
I agree, and I'm not offended that you said that. There's a lot going on, and none of it's good here.
In a live interview with a studio audience, Kim Kardashian faced a surprisingly hostile and condescending host. The host's aggressive tone and questioning made Kim visibly uncomfortable. Things took a turn for the worse when the host pushed Kim to reveal her earnings from her popular mobile app, crossing a clear boundary and making the situation even more awkward.
How much money did you make from it, personally? What? How much?
Well, I never talk dollars.
Okay.
Cents. I never do. It's
Well, you can talk rubles or euros. I don't know.
it surprisingly did very well for me.
Kourtney Kardashian, on the other hand, demonstrated a clever way to handle inappropriate questions. When asked about her sister Kim's recent robbery incident, Kourtney effectively shut down the inquiry by simply freezing.
Just wondering
They
how
just
everyone's
came
doing.
in.
Hello, Courtney. Have we lost you?
All right. It looks like Courtney doesn't really want to go there with
I think
that
she's
question.
blanking me. I think she's totally blanking
I
on
think
that
there's
question.
probably a PR person there saying, you know, don't talk about it. But
She could just say her sister's fine.
She didn't say a word, but her silence spoke volumes, clearly conveying that the topic was off limits. Kourtney seems to prioritize her family's privacy over some TV show. In this interview, the news reporter's sarcastic tone and comments clearly touched Wiz Khalifa the wrong way. Instead of ignoring the reporter's attitude or trying to laugh it off, the young rapper decided he'd had enough. In a bold move, he abruptly ended the interview right then and there, making it clear he wouldn't engage with someone who wasn't showing him respect.
How was it growing up in Canada?
You act like a dumbass again.
Dumbass?
Yeah. You just wear a suit just to look like you know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
But you don't know.
We kind of have the same style.
No. Cut this dude off, man. It's over.
Scarlett Johansson, a highly acclaimed actress, didn't hesitate to speak up when she felt a reporter's question was unfair. The incident occurred when Robert Downey Jr. was asked a thoughtful and philosophical question, while Scarlett was immediately asked about her diet, forcing Scarlett to point out the obvious disparity in the questions.
Like, how come you get, like, the really interesting, like, existential question and I get the, like, rabbit food question?
During an Avengers press interview, an interviewer crossed a major boundary when he asked Scarlett Johansson a highly inappropriate question about her attire under her costume. Scarlett, known for speaking her mind, didn't hesitate to express her discomfort and offense at the question. She clearly let the interviewer know that his inquiry was completely out of line, setting a clear boundary.
To wear undergarments?
You're the, like, the fifth person that's asked
Well, no,
that to
because
me. What is going on? Since when did people start asking each other about, in interviews, about their underwear?
No, inappropriate.
To ask somebody what kind of underpants they wear?
I didn't ask you what kind.
You just asked me if I was wearing it.
Sandy Ronaldo appeared to downplay Justin Bieber's success, suggesting that he was more of a marketing creation than a talented artist. However, In a surprising display of maturity and composure, Justin Bieber took the high road and handled the comment incredibly well.
Critics will say that you are basically a product of marketing.
Okay.
That when it comes down to it, it's all the YouTube hype. You see yourself as a product of marketing hype?
I think that everything happened organically. It wasn't something that the record label was pushing. Coming from Stratford, Ontario, it basically gave others like hope. Nobody's ever came out of Stratford, Ontario and been famous or...
Wait, Lloyd Robertson has come out of Stratford, Ontario and been famous. He anchors the national news on CTV.
I'm just saying there hasn't been somebody to come out and be known worldwide.
Okay.
Do you agree on that point?
Well, you know, it's hard to say because
I think Lloyd Robinson is known in a little town in Germany?
Probably not, because he anchors the national news in Canada. So you're saying you've got international appeal. That's the point you're making?
The model, Naomi Campbell, really crossed the line when she got physical after being asked about her alleged connection to a blood diamond. Her reaction was intense and unexpected, and it's clear that the question hit a sensitive nerve.
From Charles. We see the diamond, and I'm not going to speak about that. Thank you very much. And I'm not here for that.
We're not answering these questions.
Well, we've been told that you didn't help the prosecution sort of in this very important case.
Sorry. Thank you so much. Goodbye.
Miley Cyrus demonstrated her sharp wit and quick thinking when she swiftly responded to a comment made by Joe Rogan that all dancers' performance looked the same. Miley didn't hesitate to fire back with a clever comeback.
Do the same move. They drop down and do the splits.
That's what I think when I'm watching your shows too, you know, all the same stuff.
But
as you can see, sometimes interviewers intentionally cross the line while searching for the next big headline. It's also clear that these celebrities won't hesitate to stand up for themselves when faced with disrespect, and we love them for that. Let us hear what you think in the comments section. Also, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification button so you don't miss out on anything. See you in our next video. Bye for now.